Welcome to this quick tutorial about the new dynamic picking maintenance application SMTLC, which will be replacing the existing blue screen application SMMLC, which will have the same functionality as the existing application but with new functionality and enhanced functionality to allow the warehouse to quickly update the new fields for the new field currently for dynamic picking. Please note that this is a development version of the application for QA and the developers to be able to test. The UI itself and probably some functionality may change as we move forward, but this will allow the QA team to start testing this and regression testing it. Please ignore SMTLC 9 when you come to QA. It will be SMTLC. Another thing to note is once we roll this out into production, there will be a new icon via the case loader for the warehouse team for them to be able to install. So they won't be using this at all, but for testing purposes we need to. I've just deleted the 9 accidentally. Okay, so the common parameters screen, they won't be using this. They won't see it. It'll be passed in. But for your testing purposes, can you please press yes and ignore site and OK. Right. Because this is a client application, it's all tab based. They're called property pages, and you'll be greeted with a search property page to begin with a type, a location, and a site field. The site field is just there for view only. It will always be L because we're an LBS site, and it's a type in the location that you're interested in. If you look into Linus and go into the existing SMMLC, I'm not going to do that now. You will see in the menus anyway, you'll be greeted in the beginning with either a forward or a bulk option. So currently you can only go in forward or bulk at a time. You have to actually exit the application and go back in again if you want to do a bulk if you're in forward and vice versa. This application is designed so you can swap around and not have to exit to go into a forward and vice versa. So it's designed that way for ease really. So we're going to look at a forward bin first. So the lingo is forward is bin, the bins, and bulk are locations. I know one off the top of my head, but you can use an application called SMVBL if you want to find your own for testing. Right, when you've entered a correct bin, if you don't, it'll come up with an error message, and I'll show you that in a minute. You'll be greeted with this screen. So at the top is your key, and you won't be able to do anything with these particular items. You won't be able to update those. They're key fields. You've got over down here. You've got the bin breakdown of what the bin is. Again, you can't amend that, but that's just nice to know that the first 2 characters are the zone, and then the third character is the R and the bay, etc. On the right hand side you've got the main fields that you can amend for the forward location, and just above that you've got your mode. So that's telling you can insert or update records within this application. So let's go and edit some. So let's do 666. Oh, another devil. Mix titles, and if this. So, what this is telling me, this has come from the existing SMMLC as well, but just to prove that it's still working. This forward location has multiple SPNs, and so you shouldn't be able to amend that, quite rightly so. If you want to amend that, you go off to the bin, to the title record in OPMTM, sorry, and amend the bin there. Right, you will see a new field called pick status. This is to do with the new dynamic picking system that we're building, and it's to allow the warehouse guys to describe what the bin is. How is it going to be used for picking? So is it a dynamic bin on its own, i.e. we replenish to that bin using the new dynamic picking logic, which Alan will explain in a future tutorial, or is it just a normal location that we include in the dynamic picking algorithm, which quite rightly so, in the beginning will be front-facing bins, or is it a normal location that we don't want to include in the dynamic picking rules? So I'm going to say we do want to include it. Right, with client forms applications, you have 3 buttons: an OK, a cancel, or an apply. An OK will update everything that you put on the screen and will return you to the search tab. Apply will update what you've done on this screen, will keep you here, and you can continue doing other things if you want. So I'm going to do apply first, just to prove to you that that works. What it's actually doing behind the scenes is applying those changes, flipping back to search, but because we've pressed apply, we do some whizzy logic and force it back to forward. So just to prove that OK works, I do OK. There. So that's committed those changes back, and if you want to go back and just double check that they're there, you can. 1 and F0101. There you go. So as you can see, the 66699 and everything's there, and you can just click back. And once you click back to search, you can't then click back to forward. It's striking you out, so you've got to search it back out again. That is a little bit of a limitation, because we're updating the same file. We can't swap back easily, so we need to clear it out for the next search. So your second type of location is a bulk location. Again, the same thing. It will fly you back to this screen here. Again, the same as forward. You've got fields that you can update, fields that you can't. Again, the location breakdown, you can't amend those. There's some stop fields down the bottom that you can amend, but then you've got the date field that you can't. And in the various other logics there, again, the most important pick status, I'm just going to amend there, and your weight uses the same sort of structure as it did previously. So as you can see, the band was updated automatically. That's correct. That's what you want it to do. That's again existing logic within the program that we've taken from SMTLC. It comes off the TBW sysref for weight bands for particular locations. So that logic is picked from there. So if you do the same thing in SMMC, you should be getting the same number. So that's a good test. I'm just going to do again favourite number 666. Band 2, bam, and I'm going to just apply. So I'm applying because I just want to show you some other fields that you get within client that I've implemented for this. You got what's this, which is the little question mark and the pointer on the toolbar, and this allows you to click on the field and actually see some help. What is this field? What does it do? Click on it, it will tell you. And a little yellow box pops up on there. And just doing the location status. Sprinkler. So sprinkler location, not near a sprinkler. And this is picked up off the ZZI sysref. Each field has a ZZI in client, and then you can add all sorts of things onto the ZZI, but also its help and its tip context comes up on there, and it just gives you the user a little bit of information. The Stonehenge next to the question mark and the mouse pointer is also history. So this is again a functionality of maintenance applications in client. It allows you to see a full history of a particular record. So again, when you've got the question mark on your mouse, you can click on a field. It'll give you the full history, update history of that. You can even click in here and do all changes, and that'll be everything. It'll be all fields within here. That's really useful if you want to see who's updated something. So we go back to search. Okay, before I look at the, so we press cancel there, go back in. Again, there are a couple of little bugs I need to iron out, and that was one of them. Right. Right, so back in. So before we go on to inserting records, I just want to go through another new functionality that they don't currently have within the maintenance of locations, and that's the ability to multi-update. Now currently this is only for pick status field, because we envision when they first want to set up pick status across different locations, so going into every single location manually, they'll get a set of criteria, they put it in and update it. So this is where this comes in. So you're greeted with a tab. You have your search parameters. So again, you put an L, so it has to be L. You can use select all now if you want. So this allows you to select all, the pick status, and this is AND. So this is saying if a title equals L and any type, and pick status equals D, and location status equals anything. And I'll come on to the location search in a minute. And you press find, and then that will trundle off and find something if there is anything. And there's one application. So in the scroll region, it will give you the location type, the location status, pick status, site, and a little comment, not updated. And again, I'll come on to this, what this means in a minute. So this you can get more in here. What it won't allow you to do is select everything, because it will just run for ages. So if I press find now, this will select everything, please re-enter parameters. So what it's saying is, and what it's designed to do, it's not designed to update everything at once. It's updating to a large selection where it can quickly update. So let's try and find everything with a pick status of, let's see if there's anything, a normal location. Find. I've been playing around with this today, so there might be, let's try P. I just want you to see a selection. Let's try. Okay, so we have free application. We have free here. This isn't exactly what I wanted because it has more than other ones. So let's amend. Let's just go to bulk. Any pick status. A800201. So you should just bring one up. So as you can see, I'm just playing around with this quickly. So what I'm going to do, this is a pick status of D. Update to is what you want to update the pick status to. So I'm going to say Y, normal location. And when you put something in and you're allowed to update something, now the logic behind it is saying, okay, you're only allowed to update something if something's been selected in the scrolling region and it's valid. So now we've got an update button. So if I press update, it's changed. It's now a Y, and the comment is update successful. So that is actually updated it behind the scenes. So now I just want to just delete this, and it'll change the styles automatically. Change it to B, and now we should get more Ys. And so we should have multiples now. So I want to show the location search. So what we have here, we have a collection of locations, and we have some criteria to go on. So what I could do is say, okay, I want everything that's site L, any type, pick status of Y, any location status. But actually, I just want anything with NF. So this should exclude the AA. As you can see, we've excluded the AA. Let's put that back. So this allows you to put any combination. So I could put any one. Actually, let's say 1, 2, 3. So asterisk means I want any character. So it's the same rules apply. Any character. But actually, the fourth character, I want only ones. And then the 5th, 6th, and 7th, I want anything. And there isn't anything. So let's go off and double check that. So let's find in my list. Okay. So we are 1, 2, 3, 4. Anything with 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1. So that's 5, 6, 7. So we should only get the 1 NFs. So let's do that. Which we do. We could then go on to say, well, I only want anything that's 1, 2. Again, we should have 1. But then we could go another step further and let's have a few more. Let's actually say I want all put status, right? So here we go. We got a lot. Actually, we're gonna have a hell of a lot. Click on there. And you can go right to the bottom, and I've got 1,946. That can do anything. Well, I could say, well, that's a lot. God, I'd have a lot of checking to do there. Should I really be doing that? But so let's copy all. Let's right click on this scroll region and copy all. Let's put it into Excel and let's have a little play with it in here. As you can see, we got it in here. I could add filters here, make sure I'm happy with everything. I could say, oh, actually, well, I might actually want to say that I only want anything with A's. Oh, got a lot there. Let's just do the A's first. So let's just do A's. So that seems to be a bug. Let's try that again. So that's a bug to have on the list. That is a bug on the list because that should show all your A's. Because we have them. We have the AAs here. Let's make sure the location, pick status. So we have a bug. Okay. There is a little slight bug there I've got to look at, but I think I can get that updated. QA can definitely start. Excellent, so let's cancel that. Last thing I would like to show you is an insertion. So again, the client maintenance in client forms applications has this nail and hammer and nails, and it allows you to insert main records. And you'll click this up. If you click on this, if it's a non-update equals n, it will come up. It won't have any of these fields. So let's do a forward bin, and I'm going to have it as GB myself 2410 Let's try that. Bam, there we go. So again, let's put some fields in. I'm gonna be a dynamic above belt location, and I'm gonna press OK. Inserted. So the next piece is just 24 10 8. Let's search for that, and there you go. It's been inserted, and then we can come out. So that's just a quick overview of SMTLC. I will have a look at that search bug because that's quite crucial, and I'll look into that tomorrow, Monday, get that fixed. But QA can definitely start on this. Any questions, don't ask me because I'll be busy. Thank you. Bye bye.